What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Horrific Demise, entitled Excruciating Extermination. This is released on Comatose Music. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of the Midwest, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, blasphemous, apocalyptic style of brutal death metal. This project has been years upon years in the making, and when I found out in 2019 that this project was finally going to be putting out their first full-length album, I was extremely excited, because to say that a band like Horrific Demise is a supergroup would be a gross understatement, because pretty much everyone involved in this project has done work or has been involved in projects that are very, very well known, well regarded, and universally recognized as some of the best brutal death metal in the United States. Bands that come to mind would be Lividity, Gorgasm, Lust of Decay, Necrotic Disgorgement, Regurgitation, Sarcophagi, just to name a few. And all of these respective talents would come together to form this project known as Horrific Demise. If I'm not mistaken, this project has been almost 5 years in the making. And now here we are with the very first official full-length album from Horrific Demise, entitled Excruciating Extermination. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 31 minutes in length, and pretty much savor all the time you're going to get to spend with this album, because this is just absolutely fantastic stuff. If you're a fan of all of the bands that these people are involved in, you're going to find something special to enjoy here with Horrific Demise in their debut full-length album. This was well worth the lengthy waited anticipation for. Musically, these guys know exactly what they're doing and how to get things done, and throughout the majority of this album, you'll be amazed by how quick, how gifted, and how talented all these dudes are. The guitar playing on here is just immaculate and top-notch. A lot of crazy riffs, a little bit of melodicism in bits and pieces, especially when it comes to the more well-established solo parts of songs. I mean, you hear it on tracks like the opening track, Born from Brutality, where you get a little bit of that acoustic flair, and then once you get into the main song itself, it just gets a lot crazier from there. And then later on with songs like Maggot-Ridden Human Feast, Apology of Blaspheme, Introduction to Atrocity, just a lot of awesome creativity in terms of the guitar riffs and in terms of the soloing. I think it's really awesome. And like I said, I really do enjoy the melodic parts that pop up in bits and pieces throughout this album. The bass work on here is very, very good, very audible and crystal clear, and definitely something that holds akin to the main guitar riffs that you hear throughout this entire album. I think it's really, really neat. The drumming on here is really, really top-notch here. If I'm not mistaken, Kyle Christman is the drummer for this band. Of course, you know him for not only Gorgasm, but for his work with Human Filleted. And here on this album, he shows why he is such a fantastic drummer and why he does the amazing things that he does. Love the fast snare pops, love the blast beats, love the aggression, love the switches from certain parts of songs being fast to mid-pace to slower. This guy has just a great deal of stamina going for him, and I think it's a really entertaining drum performance. And when it comes to the vocals, I mentioned Gorgasm earlier. Anthony from Gorgasm is the vocalist for this band, and he does a tremendous job. You can easily recognize his vocal talents throughout this entire album, and he definitely does a good job doing vocals, doing great lyrics, just being awesome throughout this entire album, weaving a really good story to be told here. There's also a little bit of differentiations going on here. You get a little bit of high screams, a little bit of merged vocals coming together to sound a little bit more crazier, and I think it's really, really awesome. I definitely think Anthony's vocals are really top-notch here. So overall, like I said, this was an album that's been years in making and developing, and now that it's finally out, it's definitely one of the better brutal death metal albums of 2019. if you're a fan of Lividity or Gorgasm or any of these projects that these guys are involved in, you're going to find something special to enjoy here with Excruciating Extermination. This has been an album I've been waiting for a very, very long time, and I can easily say it is well worth the long wait. So, if I do think it'd be personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Born from Brutality, Maggot-Ridden Human Feast, Apology of Blaspheme, Religious Hypocrisy, and the closing track, Until Only We Remain. Just some really top-notch stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Comatose Music Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally, and it's available physically as a CD. You have this badass artwork by Marco Hassman. Very top-quality artwork here. Great layout and design. By the way, this is my personal copy that Comatose sent me. If you see, I never really talk about this, but yeah, barcodes crossed out means this is my own personal copy. Yeah, booklet with credits, pro CD, and of course you have the band members in question here. Really top quality stuff here. But yeah, can't thank Comatose Music enough for finally putting something great like this out. So again, the album is Excruciating Extermination by Horrific Demise. This is released on Comatose Music. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Definitely an impressive brutal death metal debut, and hopefully we won't have to wait too long to hear more new music from Horrific Demise. So, if you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Or any of you guys into Horrific Demise, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until next time, Armijo out.